Hi guys, how's it going? Matt the Tomato right here. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to our Europa Universalis 4 playthrough here as Wales, where we are currently in 2 wars. It's taking a little bit longer than what we would like, but repay loans, certainly. Get rid of the interest. So we're still taking advantage of those wonderful subsidies that we're getting from the French, which is rather cute. See... I'd like to take this, but obviously we're going to be doing some core in as well. But the next national idea... So, what do we want to pick for the next national idea? I've not really thought about that. So we could go exploration. Then the core creation cost from admin is amazing. But then at the same time, being in the English Channel trade node, trade ideas is so good. The only problem is, because it's a Diplo idea, it delays our exploration quite a lot. Economic is good though as well for the dev cost. Also the yearly inflation reduction and stuff like that. Economic is a good one. Yeah, the tech cost and introduction embracement from innovative is quite nice. Innovative is a nice one. But I'm quite liking the idea of administrative, to be quite honest, in terms of an admin idea. I think we're going to hold back, though, because we are going to be trying to do some coring here. Or we're going to do a little bit of coring in Scotland, but we're going to feed this to Ulster, so... God's sake, this is quite amazing, actually. Right, so... No, yeah, see, they still won't say that, but obviously the war score's reduced because we're giving it to Ulster, so... Yeah, so it's a bit of a ransack down here. They're doing quite a bit of carpet sieging down the south here, but we'll change that. Obviously, if we take the capital here, we might be able to piece out Scotland for 1 or 2 provinces, as well as a pile of their money. Which could be good, actually. Autonomy increased expired in Coventry. That's nice. So that makes you... Yeah, so we'll try to state some of that up at some point. There we go. Won the Siege of Lothian. So that gives us massive war score here against Scotland. So we could nab... maybe a cheap province. West March is actually a fort, isn't it? So that'll be a great one to nab. So if we take 1 province... Only 43 admin to call that as well, because we have a claim. And all your money. And then revoke some cores. Keep your alliance, actually. You'll be fine with that. Oh, maybe some war reps. Yeah, so less up front and a bit more in war reps. So we'll take a province. And that'll be okay. Cool. Send demand. So let's get you out of the war. And... Utrecht won't have enough to siege that, so that's pointless. So let's go over here and let's start attacking Desmond and get Desmond out of the war here. Right, so we've got Scotland out. We obviously have the fort, which is great. So let's go ahead and hit that button there for the autonomy, and then we'll call that. And hey! Scotland has gone bankrupt. I've kept their alliance, though, so whether Sweden decides that that's valuable or not is another question. But the fact that Scotland has gone bankrupt is fantastic, because obviously that means that we can build spy networks really easy. Their morale is totally sapped. They have to spend monarch points on things like stability increase. It's fantastic. Feudal monarchy. They've embraced the Renaissance, but they now have a different dynasty to the... French, which is great. So there's no potential risk there. Good, okay. Right, so how... Right, I'm gonna bring in the guy from Brittany here. Obviously the overextension doesn't help. Is there any chance at all of... Right, okay, they will take this now. So it would have been nice to get some money. It's literally only a few ducats though. In fact, they will give it to us. Brilliant. And obviously they're not going to exist after the war. There we go. So we can get out of that war now. Give that province to Ulster. It's already a core, so there's absolutely no overextension at all there. Right, so Utrecht can get out of our country, and that's just a case of attacking Desmond and finishing this job. Right, so what I'll probably do here is... no, Ulster doesn't have a claim there. I was going to say I could feed some provinces to Ulster, but I might just take these for myself. So, yeah, see, Ulster doesn't have any claims on this land, so I might just take it for myself. Keep that one province of Desmond as well. So basically, I'm just going to keep that one province, which will allow me to... Ooh, we'll lose legitimacy, that's fine. Which will allow me to go and attack Scotland again, which would be great. So, yeah, I like that. And all we're going to need to do here is take the capital. So in actual fact, what I can do here is I can actually probably go out and protect trade again. We're going to take 2 provinces, so we're going to hold back on this. We could take the Diplo, though. That's going to be fine. So we can now build shipyards as well. Yeah, so I'm quite tempted by trade ideas, because I think that's going to be really rich. Being able to position merchants in other places, and then after that going exploration, trying to capture the other 2 when we're a little bit more powerful, I think is going to be a good idea. And Denmark's accepted annexation of Norway, which is quite interesting, because obviously that's going to allow them to attack over here. Not sure I like that, to be quite honest. I don't want Denmark to get any land over this way. Right, okie doke. Well, let's go ahead and improve some relations there then. Try and keep on top of things. The other thing we need to do is repay our final loan here. So we'll get rid of that. I'm obviously going to sap Desmond of money as well. So what we could do is we could go shipyards. Or we could look at taxation or potentially trade. Certainly 122 in Oxford. I quite like that. Any strong... Yeah, plus 1,500 manpower from London. I think we'll go for that. We'll get our barracks going. So that'll be useful. And I think, yeah, it's literally just going to come down to... We're going to annex these 2 provinces. And we should be pretty good from there. And obviously Ulster's super happy with us. And at this point we may want to consider annexing Ulster's. There we go. So France has cancelled the subsidies. So we're still at plus 193 though, so that's fine. No trouble at all. Thank you for the help there, France. That was useful. Right, and all we need to do is just wait for the siege to be won here, to be quite honest. Obviously more power as well over here. So it would have been better to probably take these provinces to get more power out of the English Channel, but still, grabbing these is quite good. So Scotland, we need 40 to fabricate our next claim, but it's going to be quite easy. So I'll bring home the... Yeah, let's bring home the guy from Denmark here. We're going to super peace now. Right, I'm not sure it's going to allow us to do that, but... actually, no, just stand here, to be quite honest. Because we can transport now. So I'm going to nab these 2 provinces, subject of a coalition, really. Oh, Scotland. Yeah, bring it. 50 ducats, that's fine. Keep your alliance with Scotland, that's fine. So we could vassalise, but we don't have the... so war reps, and... Oh, I'd like you to give up your claims if all possible, but no. We'll just go with that. Okay, send demands. So I'll take those 2 provinces there. That increases our size as well. And yeah, good job I've kept my army over here, because we need to position those guys there. There we go, let's call those 2. Excellent. And of course with administrative... Yeah, so in actual fact, no, I'm going to go with administrative ideas, because I like the idea of the core creation cost. That would be really, really cheap. So no, I think we're going to hold back on the trade. We will go trade at some point. Obviously trade... Yeah, see... I really like the idea of going trade, to be quite honest. Administrative might be one for the future. But if we go trade earlier, then we'll be able to get a lot more merchants coming out of here. So we can position one in Lubeck, one in the North Sea, and we'll be able to get a lot more trade coming into the English Channel. So in actual fact, it'll probably be worth it to go trade, get the merchants, as well as the power. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, See, some good trade power to be had there. Any good production? Well, we're still building in London, but I'm actually quite tempted to go up with a shipyard here. Yeah, let's build a shipyard. Let's try and increase our force limit for ships and potentially try and invest in some heavies if we can. Which would be nice. The other thing as well is we can drop our forts here, which is good. And obviously we have a fort up there in the north now as well, which is good. So that'll be a good springboard to be able to move out from, especially where that's hills as well. So that'll become a defensive position for us, which would be really, really nice. In terms of states, we're going to want to continue to try and state up more of this land. Brittany's gone bankrupt. Oh dear. And they've actually gone back to Catholic, but they went bankrupt, which is not great for them. Continue to improve relations with France, though. Right, so in actual fact, Brittany switched back to Catholic, which is good. I'm very happy about that. Because that will allow me to do some... obviously, we're going to get their dynasty soon as well, which could be interesting. Could be very interesting if we get their dynasty. We'll see with the same colour as well. Look at that. It's the same everything at the moment with Brittany. Same colour, same dynasty, same religion. God damn it. Any interesting disputed successions? Sweden could be interesting at 54 years as well, so Denmark might lay a claim to the throne up there. So let's continue. Let's go for Ayrshire, the coastal provinces. I think I'm interested in. Continue to try and fabricate more claims there, and I think next time we go to war with Scotland, we'll go for a direct declaration. So 15, so 10 years' time, we'll try and go for a direct declaration there. France has embraced colonialism. Good job. Cool, and obviously we can allow this war exhaustion to drop now as well, which is quite nice. So, right, so a little bit of unrest there, but in general it's okay. In fact, what I'm going to do is just to make sure of things, split the army up. Is it time to annex Ulster? I think it might be. Bring home the guy from Scotland. Maybe time here. Lot of Diplo. Do it. Let's begin the annexation of Ulster. We can state this up for free as well later on, so that'll be good. There we go, right. So in actual fact then, because of the fact that we're going to be spending a lot of Diplo points here, it's going to be very difficult, in fact we're losing Diplo points, it makes sense to therefore go for an admin idea. And so I'm liking the idea of going with the core creation cost. See, a lot of it is about mercs, but I like the possible advisors and the tech cost as well as the number of states. However, something like expansion could be a good investment into the future, because of the trade power and stuff like that, but also the merchant. And obviously we're going to try to do some colonizing at some point anyway, so it's going to be an investment into the future, but I'm going to go with expansion here, which is really odd and doesn't benefit us in the short term, but the long-term benefits could be really, really good. So that by the time we go colonizing, we will have a nice setup, so we'll have an increased global settler increase. So although we'll be colonizing later than everybody else, we will actually be able to colonize faster. So hopefully we'll be in a good spot at that point. Castile... Oh, right, okay, yeah, so... bit of a mess down there, but that's fine. Yeah, see, we lost a few relations with the Papal State as well, which wasn't great, but because we'd like to keep that Papal influence coming in if we could. Truce with Burgundy has ended. Obviously, that war didn't go very well last time. And they're still allied with Castile. Ah, there we go, look at this. New Granada as a colony. So we know that Castile has colonies set up. Portugal, rather weirdly, doesn't have a full colony set up yet. Well, the French... See, they've gone exploration now as well. So that could be interesting to see what the French do. So we're obviously going to be behind in exploration, but the idea is going to be to hopefully try and build up some ships. With a view to, like, becoming quite a powerhouse on the water. And I'm actually going to go ahead and build 2 heavies. So I built a shipyard there. So we're not exactly desperate for these heavies at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and just put 2 in there, that'll be fine. These cogs are going to be used to just transport men around. That'll be okay. Making good money here. Obviously we get the war reparations as well from both Scotland and Desmond, which is good. So that'll be nice. Scotland's still not recovered from the bankruptcy there. So eventually at some point what we're going to do is... Oh, excellent supplies! Well, that's lovely. So what we should have done is get these back and build them for slightly cheaper. There we go. That's going to make a difference. So, so our Diplo rep is okay. Overextended, obviously. If we had a... Ooh, actually, I'm going to switch over here to the Improved Relations guy. That's obviously going to help with diplomacy. Yearly prestige is fine. Production efficiency, yeah, I'll quite happily stick with the prestige, and then obviously I'm going to stick with the morale of armies guy. 5 churches and 5 workshops. What do we get for that? Wow, okay. Should probably continue to build workshops and churches then. See, we could convert some of the culture. Like obviously, London is it's all accepted culture anyway, so we could convert some of it if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and improve relations with Denmark again. What's the religious map looking like? Ooh, okay, interesting. Well, there's a lot of Coptic over here. Whoa! Dulkadir! Allied with the Ottomans as well, so no chance of being attacked there anytime soon. Obviously the Mamluks might decide to attack, but wow! That's quite interesting. That's a big Dulkadir. The Ottomans not not pushing east very much there. Probably fed land, to be quite honest. Lithuania is attacking Crimea, who's not allied with the Ottomans. That's interesting. Okay. There's pretty much no such thing as Poland anymore. Teutonic Order, though, going quite strong. 526 as well. That could potentially... You're not allied with Pomerania. Potentially, that could be an AI Prussia over there. That is quite possibly a thing. Right, so far, Denmark's not fabricated claims over here, and I'm happy about that. My goodness. Who went bankrupt? Poland again. Right, so we're probably going to end up waiting for our military technology this time. We do have a bit of corruption from unbalanced research, that's true. So we are going to have to try and move through these. So we might actually want to catch up on our tech first before we start taking any of the expansion ideas. So actually, even though if we would have picked something slightly more valuable, you know, as in province-wise, you know, like the core creation, we wouldn't have been able to take any of those ideas anyway. So, you know, it didn't make too much sense to a certain extent. But it's okay. Some people are probably screaming at me for taking a different approach there. Like, oh, you should have gone admin, you should have gone trade. Yeah, I can understand the reasons for both of those quite a lot. Certainly if you want to become rich, then going trade is good. The expansion could be good in the long term, to then get trade afterwards, so we could get twice the global trade power, as well as the trade range, and then 3 extra merchants in the long term as well. 4 extra, I should say, if we got completed trade ideas, because get a merchant with expansion as well. So, you know, it's quite interesting. Obviously, we can't actually do any immediate colonizing with our colonists, but ooh, there's some interesting battles going. Ah, Portugal is actually trying to colonize down this way. So is Castile, for that matter. But struggling over there with rebels, which is quite funny. Which is good, actually, because obviously Portugal is a rival, so if Portugal struggles, that's great. Obviously it allows Castile to do it. There we go, Colombian exchange in Castile. But then obviously that means that France and Castile can just fight each other. Whilst we sort of build up over here, and then maybe we'll try and... Depends where the French have gone to colonize, but we'll have to see. Ulster embraced colonialism, that's fine. It's going to take a long time to annex these guys. Truces, though. Scotland, 8 years' time. Yeah. So this is the issue, obviously, having a lack of people to attack. We can't even fabricate claims on Flanders because of the sea zone. So now we could take the morale of navies, but I think we need to. I think we need to take our military technology, actually, to be quite honest. Even though we're massively ahead, I think we still need to do it. Lose manpower. Great! That's 508, though. Amazing. We can actually increase... let's get another transport. And we can increase our army size here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a unit of cavalry. Try and make use of that cavalry combat ability. But also, we don't actually have any cavalry at the moment, so... obviously a bit more expensive to maintain and such, but it's fine. We're doing good, though. We're doing okay, and we're definitely the dominant power here. We are going to eventually crush Scotland. I know we are. Making a lot of cash from trade. We are eventually going to need to state some stuff up as well. East Anglia could be a good one to state up. Then at the moment, not so valuable. More interested in provinces like this, with the West Midlands, where the autonomy is actually almost at its lowest point. Still quite high there, though. Is it decreasing at all? Yeah, due to peace. Okay, yeah. So, once the autonomy drops a bit further there, then I think we'll be in a position where we can state that up. I was going to say, we need to bring you home. The Army Reformer is dead, that's a shame. Ormond, Scotland fabricating claims, obviously. Obviously, land force limit modifier is not that useful. In fact, yeah, I should have probably just kicked him, to be quite honest, and gone for something else. We'll just spy network here, I think. Try and get one or two more claims if we can. Let's move the cab into here. Yeah, kind of shouldn't have hired him. I'm just going to kick you out. And basically go through the door and see whether we can get a different guy who is maybe a bit better. Good supplies rejected. Strong military leadership. We need them all. Lose a stability or lose 20 army with tradition. My goodness. And we have good army tradition as well. So I'm going to take the stability hit here, which isn't great. There's our ruler here. 31. See, yeah. Again, though, we could spend the points, which is really cheap. It's cheap enough, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go up to stability there. 80. The army tradition is good at the moment. I don't want to lose it. Right. The heavies are about to be finished here as well, which is going to be good. Right, so just continue to keep those kicking around. Let's dot the heavies up in Gloucester. So that'll be good. Start getting a little bit more naval dominance. 517. Okay, that's a really good monies, actually. Yeah. Okay, so we will need to build some more shipyards to increase our naval force limits. But yeah, certainly having a couple of heavies kicking around is going to be good. Also, it kind of brings us on par with some of the other nations around here with the heavies. Obviously, fighting in places like the Caribbean might be quite bad for that sort of thing. But I really wish this Aaron Rees guy would actually die. It's amazing how long he's lasted. Right, so what do we got here? Again, another land force limit modifier. Get out. Something better than that. Byzantine influx expired. Okay, so obviously we had a tech discount from that, but we're not going to get it anymore. And yeah, obviously we're losing Diplo, which is not great. France declared war on Burgundy. Okay, so this is interesting. Burgundy, Castile, Aragon against France and Genoa. Oh, manpower modifier, that'll do. You're not going to call me in? Okay, it's fine. I'm not fussed about that. You don't call me in, you don't call me in. It's as simple as. Again, you're fighting Castile as well, so... Same religion, Alatorel was at war. So you're a queen as well. And you may actually lose the union if that goes to pot. So Castile's got to be careful there. I think France is definitely powerful enough to just fight everyone over here, but it's just interesting that they didn't actually call anyone in, like Brittany. Or even us. They didn't call us in. It's quite interesting. Hooray! Aaron Reese is finally dead. Bloody hell. Right. Yeah, just keep them split up like that, that's fine. And obviously, yeah, we're losing Diplo points, so... I was wondering about the possibility of hiring a +2 guy, but he's plus 615 though. May need to national focus Diplo. And I don't want to. But I might actually have to here. It's 20 years before you can change it as well. Alright. We're going to national focus Diplo here. We're ahead of Scotland anyway. They're still suffering badly from the bankruptcy. And the other thing as well is we're about to tech up on military anyway. So I think, yeah, we need to national focus Diplo here. Right. Yeah, it'd be nice actually to have the Breton dynasty. Actually, might be quite interesting. Obviously, the culture's unaccepted, so we might actually suffer from some bad events. Denmark and Pomerania are friends. Okay. Still keeping an eye on the force limits and stuff like that. Yeah, because there are some cultures I wouldn't mind converting, but then we could just accept the Irish as well as an accepted culture. That could be fine. Let's take up the military. So we can now build a weapons manufactory. But they've changed the building dynamic, I think, of that particular thing. It literally just is a manufactory now. And so depending on where it is... So you can see here, depending on where it is, it will manufacture different things and different goods. So, grain, things like that. So depending on where you go, see that will be a weapons, that will be a farm estate. It determines automatically where it is. So it's just generally, all you do is build manufactories, but the produce in the province will determine what manufactory is built. Which is a nice change actually, because it saves you trying to faff around going, oh, I'm looking at this, looking at that. Which one, which one can I build? It's a general manufactory screen. I do like that. It's pretty good. We actually have our papal influence here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the national tax modifier, 15%. Really, really good. That's going to absolutely boost our monies rather nicely. 15% of 5 something is going to be quite nice. So we'll come back and check that in a second. There we go, 381. We did lose a bit because we bought the heavies, but yeah. Still, tax boost. Yeah, France is crushing it over here. Even with Burgundy and Castile down here sieging, France has just gone all out after Burgundy. And it will win some sieges and all that. I think that's Genoa as well, is there? Yeah, Genoa's actually supporting as well. So yeah, France has got enough here. Could do with some power projection though. Kind of need to go to war with one of our rivals again. Obviously, waging war against Scotland is going to be the best idea. But, of course, the inflation's quite high as well, so we could do with getting that down a bit further. Yeah. Not a lot we can do about that at the moment, though, other than spending Diplo points, but I don't really want to. So looking at this, then, we could just build more shipyards. See, building one in London kind of makes sense. Taxation, trade, 081's not too bad in Essex. What about production? 055. See, that's good, and also that helps towards our mission. Request of privileges. We'll lose the admin here. We kind of need the Diplo right now. I do like the idea of the production as well. So let's go and put a workshop down in London. Obviously, we developed it like mad, so we've got lots of room for buildings here, which is good. But obviously, adding buildings just further increases the value of the provinces. So let's quickly fabricate another claim here. Let's go East March. So that gives us a ton of claims against Scotland, which is good. Let's go ahead and send you another insult. There we go. And because Burgundy is at war with France, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you an insult as well. There we go. Brilliant. Gives us some power projection as well. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with the Papal States. I like the Ottomans. That's ridiculous. But let's try and get some more Papal influence kicking around over here. Once again, the Imperial authority is dropping. That's because of the heretic princes. So in the end... Ooh, really? Austria entered a coalition against the Ottomans. What did you just do? Oh, you attacked Croatia and fully annexed. Okay, so Bible translated. So let's keep an eye on our allies here. So the French are still Catholic. Remarkably, Denmark's still Catholic, but I don't think for long. So we could go heresy, lose reform desire. Most people around us like us a bit more. Great news, or the religion in Derby changes to Protestant, and most people around us hate us. I'm going to go for heresy. I think it's a good idea to stay Catholic here. What have we discovered? Corner seamounts. Okay, sure. A little bit step closer to the New World over there, which is interesting. Yeah, there's going to be a big coalition against the Ottomans. I wonder whether the Hungarians... Oh no, Hungary's under the... Is Hungary in the Union still? Yeah, it is, yeah. No Liberty Desire either. So, obviously, that's a big coalition. And then, who else is going to enter here? The Knights, Moldavia, Galicia, Volhynia. Northeast Sargasso spread to us as well. Who else could potentially enter? Perhaps Naples? Naples could potentially enter. Lithuania, possibly? Might be able to enter. Be interesting. Right, so we discovered a pile of stuff over here now, which is interesting. Right, okay, so we're nearly halfway to annexing Ulster. Obviously, that's going to take a long, long time. Crimea went bankrupt. East Bermuda Sea has spread to us as well. With a bit of luck, we might be able to discover Bermuda. And, yeah, that could be interesting. If we discover Bermuda, if that's not been colonised yet, we could go over there. We could start work, assuming we get to the colonist. Could be an interesting move, because the number of states in the courthouse is not, yeah, not brilliant. It's just the tech disadvantage is the problem. Jamaica Channel, yeah. See, discovering this stuff is really, really interesting. And there's Bermuda. Terra Incognita at the moment, though. Obviously, we can't hire an explorer or anything. Damn, so we don't quite know that that's there. And the other thing as well is, we need to work out whether that's actually been colonized or not. We need to know. Right, let's try not to enter too much open sea here. He says, as he literally... might dock you up here. Right, hopefully they survive. Okay, yeah. Some good good discoveries there. Just wondering whether maybe Bermuda, and whether it's within our colonial range or not. Obviously, we don't have the extra colonial range from exploration, so that's the... Ooh, okay, so Denmark's actually over here. Really? Has Denmark taken exploration? It probably has. No, it hasn't. It's just over there. And because we're allied with Denmark, I suppose it gets shared with us. Alright, okay. I'd like to know about that, though. Ooh, pretty horrible damage there. I'm guessing if we don't have it, yeah, Naples entered the coalition. If we don't have an explorer, then obviously we probably can't discover that. Venice entered the coalition, okay. Is there any way, like, we can... Yeah. All of this is terra incognita, which is kind of annoying, but I was interested whether is there any provinces at all that we might be able to go try to colonize. No. France received a gift from the Ottomans. 215 ducats. Wow. So yeah, that could be interesting. But that's it for now then. So thanks for watching. This has been myself, Matt Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. And join me next time for more EU4 and I'll play through here as Wales. See you later.